when you spend your whole life looking over your shoulder and analysing the tiny little interactions that you have with people. My name is Jess. I live in Scotland, although obviously I sound very, very English. I'm an illustrator, a nail artist, and I work in like a nice gift shop, so I get to talk to people all the time, which is lovely. I had a rhinoplasty, so my nose was narrowed. I had the orbits of my eyes slightly opened up a bit. I had a chinplasty to kind of slightly taper my jaw. And a platysmoplasty, and of course my gorgeous, gorgeous hair transplant, which is definitely one of the things that I think is going to make the biggest difference to the overall transformation. So this is a huge decision to make. There were a lot of places that you can go to and you can get this incredibly glamorous, beautified, brand new face, but what I wanted specifically was something a bit more subtle, something that felt like it was a corrective surgery. Hands down, the Facialteam were the people who I thought did that the best. Very sort of like subtle, impactful, and a focus on correction and finding your face as opposed to giving you a totally new face, you know, so that was why I chose Facialteam. It does feel like an extra tiny bit of security in my back pocket that I won't be constantly looking over my shoulder. I won't be constantly thinking, is someone looking at me for the wrong reasons? Am I going to be in trouble on the train and things like that? When you spend your whole life looking over your shoulder and analysing the tiny little interactions that you have with people down to the absolute minutiae, it's just one less thing to worry about. And it does already feel like quite a weight off. So yeah, it's really great in that regard. Obviously, I think making sure that you do your research thoroughly and know exactly what you want. Spent a really long time trying to find negative reviews of every place I was looking for, especially Facialteam. The more and more convinced I was that Facialteam were who I wanted to work with, the more I tried to find negative reviews, which are few and far between. But the only negatives I could ever find were it was too subtle, or it was, you know, too natural, or, you know, that kind of thing. I was like, that's it, that's what I want. It sounds like that interview question of like, what's your greatest weakness? And then someone says, oh, you know, I'm just too hardworking, or I'm too brilliant at everything. It was just like one of those like, okay, maybe I'll hire that person. Maybe I'll get them to work for me if they're just a little bit too good at everything. Yeah. So yeah, it's been. Yeah.